Record of battle. Stardate. Who cares? We have been ordered to report to Deep Space Nine by the Chancellor. I am convinced that this is some new scheme to get me killed, but my science officer is insisting that it will, if nothing else, give a great solar flyby. For the mythical camera drone he insists is following us at all times. I have sent to Kronos for a new science officer. I am convinced this one is losing its mind. Welcome to Clingin On, ladies and gentlemen. I am Yuzral, and we are indeed at Deep Space Nine. When last we met, I had a choice. Try and run some special task forces, or else Cardassians. I tried to run the special task forces. It did not end well, which is why this character is now level 47 rather than level 45, in case you were wondering at the gap. However, orders are orders. I suppose we are going to have to hail the Chancellor to find out what horror, what method of untimely death he has in mind for us today.
My name is Commander Messi Achebe, and I was authorized by your High Council to contact you.
You are the Chancellor.
By now, you've faced the Borg. The Collective is appearing with more frequency in the Alpha Quadrant now, and Defera is facing repeated attacks. We've been able to push them back so far, but we can't do it forever. Not without help.
Of course not.
Starfleet is organizing a meeting on DS9 to discuss the Borg situation. Representatives from Starfleet, the Cardassians, and the Deferi will be present. Your Chancellor is sending a representative as well. We want you to be there to represent the Klingon forces fighting the Collective. We have our differences, but some problems are simply too big to ignore.
Oh, terrific. The Chancellor wants us fighting the Borg, and we are going to have to nursemaid a bunch of Deferi pacifists. A load of Cardassians, who as I recall aren't even allowed a military anymore. And of course, Starfleet. Well, at least they had the sense to call in the professionals. Although I don't know what to make of the fact that the High Council has given every yahoo who can work a comm system my number. Right. Deep Space Nine control. Actually, I don't intend on docking. I do not intend to allow you to contaminate my ship with root beer and no doubt tribbles. I've already had to purge 3 decks after someone broke transport protocols. We'll just stay at a safe distance and we'll stick to the transporters. And that's another point. They have Devok here. I realise the Federation-loving pacifist is too busy bothering to stand around and suppose actually doing something. I've heard some horrible stories about him and that Ide of his. Some things are best not repeated. I've fought at least 2 duels and seen 3 more over the rumours. I suppose we should best just get this going, get this farce on the road. Yeah, maybe that's why they sent to Kronos. Maybe they had to get a proper Klingon, someone who actually remembers what it's like to wield a blade. And again, maybe this is just an elaborate plot by the Chancellor to kill me. Who knows? Let's find out. If nothing else, we will take a great many Borg with us, and maybe some Starfleet too. It wouldn't be a total loss.
Welcome to DS9. I'm Commander Karen Andrews, Captain Carlin's first officer. He asked me to inform you that he has been delayed dealing with an incident in Cargo Bay 3.
Right, the bombs in Cargo
Also,
Bay
I must
3,
remind
is it?
You are
Right.
here as our guest. I don't expect any trouble, but it never hurts to remind someone about the rules. Our people were out. Unfortunately, we won't be able to begin the conference until Captain Carlin is available. I wonder, would you be willing to track down the other attendees and inform them of the delay? I can send a junior officer, but I thought this way you'd get a chance to meet the delegates before formal talks begin. Every little bit of connection or information helps in a diplomatic situation.
I have heard it said that diplomacy is merely battle by other means, but it's still an insipid way to do battle. An insipid, bloodless, coward's milk-drinking way of doing battle. Still, I suppose we'd better go and talk to everybody. Diplomacy. Better holster that as well. Wouldn't want to give the natives the wrong impression. They might faint. Divuk. Yet again I find myself nursemaiding other lesser Klingons. Right. Where are they? Where are the useless wastes of flesh and oxygen? Well, apparently there is one here, one in Quarks, the most notorious den of decadence on this entire quadrant. Even Drozana Station has a better reputation than this place, which is something of an achievement. Alright, Sura, what are you doing?
Greetings. My name is Sarah, and I speak for the Deferi. Until recently, my people isolated ourselves from the rest of the galaxy in an attempt to remain neutral. We seek balance in all things, and therefore choose not to take sides in conflicts that do not concern us.
Bah.
The Borg, however, threaten everyone. My own world has been scarred by the collective.
So why does this concern
I look forward
us?
to
you
hearing your
little
thoughts about how we can deal with the Borg when the
water-drinking,
conference
vegetable-loving pacifist. Happy enough to sit in your little ivory towers, but the moment you turn out that there's a big bad galaxy out there, you come running to your betters for help. Well,
I understand. I must find something to do with my free time. I had been hoping to spend some time in one of the holosuites here. Several people have recommended them, and there is an historical holo program, the Matara Nebula, that I have been eager to play. Could you help me gain access to a holosuite? An hour or two would be more than sufficient.
yes, certainly. May I recommend you play Spock and disable the safeties? After all, it's not really a good entertainment if there isn't a little risk. Right. Hadron. I'm going to have to talk to a Ferengi without throttling him.
Need something, friend?
I already want to throttle him. Just put my hands around his throat and just
plus instinct
squeeze.
equals profit.
Right. Okay. Find somebody
A
willing to
Ferengi
give up.
without profit. It's no Ferengi at all.
Yes, well, I'm certain the Ferengi can stick to having no profit and indeed being no Ferengi. After all, how hard could it be not to be a spineless worm? Right. Yes, I don't think I want to share. I really don't. I prefer my own species, and besides, your clavicle looks far too fragile. Alright, are you willing to give up your holodeck reservation? Apparently not. My kind of Vulcan. A spine. Must be the only one in the entirety of the quadrant. Unfortunately, it does make him rather uncooperative. Now, what about you? In some self-seeing... No, you can give me your holosuite reservation. Humph. Very important. Well, presumably non-sealing stem vaults work just as well. Right. Very good. Now then, all we have to do is find somebody who wants self-sealing stem bolts. I am trading. Not only am I acting as a concierge for some pacifist ambassador who doesn't even have the stomach to get his hands dirty, I am trading to get him what he wants. This is all part of the plot, isn't it? There is no further depths to which I can sink, except possibly donning a tutu and singing Aloha Hawaii. Mercifully, that will never happen. However, let's see if we can find a buyer. How Well, I doubt he's interested, but let's talk to him anyway.
I'm looking forward to the conference and what your government has to say about the Borg.
They're all gonna die.
While
What
I
else
agree
is
the
there?
Borg are indeed a threat, I'm not entirely clear as to what you expect the Ditapa Council to do about
Well,
it.
you can start by managing to better your performance from the last war and not stabbing us in the back. I don't know what the High Council expects you to do either.
If you will remember, we dismantled our military after the Dominion War, and
Yes, I
being
said shut
here
up.
on Deep Space Nine reminds me of my mentor, Gul Mavek. The Kanar from Bajor has a different color and flavor from the best Cardassian.
Right. I was wrong. My humiliation can get worse. Now then, there were some monks around here. I suppose they might be worth asking. I doubt they're going to have any. Not only has nobody made Bajor and distilled Kanar in, what, 40 years, I don't imagine they're too happy at anything that reminds them of the time
May
they
the
were
prophets
under the
bless.
heel of the Cardassians.
We await the word of the emissary.
Yes, as I thought. Humph. Very well. I'll find it somewhere else. No doubt there is somebody willing to talk and deal with it. Another Ferengi. Humph. Right, who else, I wonder? Who else? Reverse ratcheting, routing, hyperspans. No, I do not. Do I look like some merchant? I realise that is what I am currently doing, but it is a temporary setback. Very temporary, and it is going to stay very temporary. Just as long as I can manage not to slaughter every other ambassador on this station. Which may prove difficult. Now then, who else do we have? Ah, yes, Ambassador Satar. So I suppose since we're here, maybe I can manage not to throttle him. Oh, good. Maybe I won't have to restrain myself. He looks like he could take a few punches anyway.
Ah, I was informed you would be here as well. Welcome to the home of your enemy. I recommend you listen to what Starfleet has to say, but never forget, this is not friendly ground.
Indeed. You may wish to get your translator tuned, by the way.
How fortunate. We have an opportunity here. There is time to gather valuable intelligence about Starfleet's operations on this station. You and I will be under too much scrutiny from Commander Andrew's little pets to accomplish much. Your crew, however, may be able to learn a great deal without anyone noticing.
I doubt it. They're a load of useless incompetence.
If you are
However-
afraid that assisting me will somehow stain your honor or risk your standing among the diplomats here, I will find someone else. I will, however, note your refusal in my report to the High Council.
Afraid? Afraid? Do you take me for some mewling Orion? Some new-hatched whelp? Ugh. My crew are the best in the Empire. They will show you. They will perform your missions. They will engage in your little 5-minute errands, and they will show you what proper Klingon warriors can do. No one maligns my crew. Except me. And that's because I'm their captain and I get to chuck them out of an airlock if they talk back. Right, so that is a task dealt with. 12-foot tall lump of scales and muscle and teeth, which is probably why I'm not saying this to his face. I could vanquish him, but it would be messy, it would be unfortunate, it would be awkward getting the blood out of the deck plating. Now, we're still looking for that Kanar. Right. Diddly dum. Let me see. Who else do we have? Commodity broker. Aid. What else? Do we have anybody who needs stem bolts? More to the point, I believe there was supposed to be that Federation captain down here. Aha, there he is, Vakal Shon. I cannot say I know the name. He has taken part in no major battles.
Greetings. I'm Captain Valkel Shawn. I've heard a lot about you. It's good to finally meet.
Yes, I am sure the honour is all yours. I have never heard of you, nor have I heard of your ship in battle. I have no doubt you will run at the first sign of trouble.
I'm glad there's someone else here who's faced the Borg in battle. We have a perspective the rest of these full-time diplomats don't.
Ha, you face the Borg, only on your aft senses, I imagine.
How many do you have? My chief engineer has been looking for stem bolts for weeks. He wants to do some upgrades to the Belfast, and the Defiant class has always been a little touchy. Sometimes it's best to use what works, even if the technology's a little out of date.
I'm sorry, do you not have a functioning replicator? Are you saying that the Federation cannot provide a basic component for Starfleet? Ugh. Why we are not in Earth orbit already, I do not know. After all, it's not like the Defiant
We've
is
made inquiries with
old.
several traders, but everyone we talked to dumped their inventories after the speculation bubble burst. Some Ferengi out there made a small fortune a few months ago cornering the stem bolt market, but now that supply is gone. I was hoping to find some here, but so far I haven't had the chance. Greetings. I'm glad there's someone else here who's Thank you for the information.
Yes, you're
Sorry
welcome.
to trouble you again, but Captain Curlin is wrapping up the problem in the cargo bay, and we will be able to begin the talks very soon. I've notified the other attendees, but our opening speaker isn't responding to hails. Could you please track him down for me? Admiral Zavglach Trem mentioned wanting someplace quiet. You might try the upper promenade or the temple.
Well, I suppose we could try the upper promenade or the temple, but I still need to find this Kanar. As nice as it would be to just abandon it and break the bottle over the Cardassian's head. Ugh. I am trying very hard not to vomit. Back into the Ferengi den.
Today must be your lucky day.
Right. Continue deluding yourself. The house always wins. Now then, who needed those stem bolts? Yes, excellent. I am trying not to consider my honour irreversibly besmirched. Right, good. I suppose we can go and talk to Hadron.
Need something, friend?
Excellent.
A wise man can hear profit in the wind.
Reservation trust.
Opportunity plus instinct equals profit. The riskier the road, the great. A Ferengi without profit, it's no Ferengi at all.
As tempting as it is to introduce you to a bat'leth longer than you are tall, you miserable little scum-sucking patak, you can have your latinum instead. Ugh, trade. I'm just grateful the crew can't see this. I'd never live it
Greetings.
down.
My name is Sarah, and I speak while I recently completed a diplomatic mission to Cardassia Prime.
Good, because I need the
I must
Bajoran
admit,
stuff.
I never developed a taste for
Go and
Kanar.
lose
Greetings.
yourself in your
My name is
holosuites.
Sarah.
As I
and
said,
speak
play
for the
Spot.
Deferi.
It'll give you a unique
Until
perspective on the
my
Enterprise.
people isolate. Wonderful. Most
Yes,
of the
yes, yes,
holotechnology
yes,
on
yes.
Defera is used for training or
Hopefully your
utilitarian
replacement
purposes, so
will
I don't have...
have no
Excellent
questions.
work. Our operatives at Klingon Intelligence will go over this data. I'm sure we will be able to put it to good use.
I swear every single Yahoo on this station has got my comm frequency. Now then, Hadron, hopefully
something,
he's got
friend?
some Kanar left. This must be the only bar in the quadrant that stops it.
Opportunity plus instinct equals profit.
Good. Excellent. And if you ever try to cash in that favour, I have a backlet that would like to object, so let's quickly turn in these missions. As I said, my crew do not fail, usually. And as a side note, we even got some contraband on an alternative mission I was running. So, I suppose we just have to deal with that blasted Cardassian. Try not to rearrange his forehead. And then with a bit of luck we can go find this missing admiral. How do you lose an admiral anyway? I thought all Starfleeters carried comm badges. Isn't responding to hails.
I'm looking forward to the conference and what your government has to say about them. If you will remember. Oh, wonderful!
Yes.
Gul Mavek will be so pleased with this gift. Thank you for your assistance. If at some point I can assist you in return, all you need to do is ask.
Wonderful. Well, hopefully I won't have to indulge it by asking you to shut up. Alright, let's go find this admiral. I have no idea what an admiral could be doing that would have him not responding to hails. Apparently he's debating theology. What happened to the Tellarite love of a good argument?
My apologies, both to you and Commander Andrews. It's not often that I get some time to myself these days.
Yes.
I've been in Starfleet for a long time.
Right.
I've seen more battles than I care to remember. But this one, there's no reasoning with the Borg. There's no chance for a non-violent solution.
Excellent.
I only hope that we can unite before they come for us.
What you mean is you hope...
No one is safe.
Have you finished talking? Tellarites. Sometimes their love of a good argument goes a little too far. Let's get this conference on the road. Sooner it's begun, the sooner we can get it finished. Including the levitating Cardassian here. Right, well, at least the shorty here. Got things going. Right, so we'll take a seat. Managed not to kill anybody.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so pleased that you all agreed to join us here today. As many of you are all too aware, the Borg attacks are increasing. If they are left unchecked, Starfleet predicts that the entire Alpha Quadrant could fall within 3 years.
Ah, terrific. It'll be a good 3 years,
though. Work together to push these invaders out of our space and protect our homes and families.
I do not agree. My empire will stand, with or without your assistance. The Klingon Empire has never been stronger than it is right now. I dare the Borg to challenge us.
They'll probably accept.
Starfleet may cower in fear before a bunch of machines, but we do not.
Well said.
I'm sure what the esteemed ambassador from the Klingon Empire meant to say is that he hopes we are all so crippled by our efforts to stop the Borg, we will be no match for a battle-hardened Klingon fleet.
You?
I do not want to
You
be
weren't
assimilated,
even a match to
but
begin
I don't
with.
want to be a servant to the Klingon Empire either.
You may not get a choice.
The Deferi believe that all things must be in balance. We cannot counter the Borg threat if we ourselves are counter to one another. The Deferi do not wish to act against any of you. Therefore, should this meeting not reach a consensus, our best course of action is to not act at all.
I'm sorry, what kind of logic
Starfleet will do what it must to protect the Federation. However, if you want our assistance, you need to be willing to protect yourselves and contribute to this campaign. The Borg will be stronger if any of your civilizations are assimilated. Starfleet's hard at work developing new technology and tactics. We, at least, will be ready. And if we can't cooperate, I hope you don't suffer. And that we develop new weapons in time.
This is getting us nowhere. We came together in the spirit of cooperation. We need to find common ground. Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Yes, well... Well, it would be foolish to ignore what promises to be a truly epic battle.
Be careful. You are dangerously close to insulting the honor of the Clingin Empire.
You are talking to me about honor, you miserable little lizard. Humph.
Do not presume to know what our honor demands. Full strength. Ha! The might of the Clingin Empire can stand against the entire galaxy. What does the Empire gain by fighting at your side? We do not need to be hamstrung by your weakness, or to put your needs above our own.
So tempting. So tempting to just use that reply. However, I do need to talk him into it, so...
Do not dictate strategy to me.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Whoops, that was a mistake.
Starfleet will do everything we can to protect the Federation and its allies. However, under dire circumstances, Starfleet may be forced to pull back from protecting all life to a position. Starfleet recognizes the Borg threaten all life in the Alpha Quadrant. We've lost too much.
Now, did you have something you wanted to
Well,
add to this discussion?
That's one. Right, can we get the Deferi onto this?
Maintaining balance with all things must be our primary concern.
Wonderful. Well, maybe they'll only assimilate half of you.
My world is one of those at risk, but I cannot reject balance, even to save my home. It is one thing to choose to swim upstream against the current. It is quite another to drain the river.
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Yes, I'm not actually sure Cardassia could be any weaker, but let's try
Cardassia
it.
Prime is still rebuilding from the Dominion War. We have achieved a great deal in the past decades, but there is still... I will protect my home until my last breath. My people do not need to be distracted. I see your point. If we...
Now, did you have something you wanted to add to this discussion?
Aha! The plot twist begins. Rather a lot of plot twists, in fact. Where did all of those ships come from? Finally, some action. They don't look like they're here to join the conference, do they?
There's
Good.
something coming out of the wormhole. Captain, it's a Dominion fleet. They're charging weapons. Red alert!
Jem'Hadar boarding the station. Get the delegates out of here.
We have to get out of here!
It is time to leave.
You don't say. Alright,
Evac Protocol Alpha. Andrews, get everyone to shuttles. Prep the Defiant for launch. Blast it. The Jem'Hadar have cut off access to ops. Karen, you'll need to coordinate the evacuation. We'll get the delegates to the docking ring, and then I'll try to join you in ops.
Bah. Alright, well this finally looks like it's going interesting. And the Admiral's dead, which is no major loss. Let's move. Trying to download everything while you're here? Can't blame you for the initiative. Little tip, it's no time for sightseeing. Let's get out of here. Right, the promenade. Well, they've improved the decor. I'll give them that. I wonder if they had the good sense to turn quarks into rubble while they were here. Cannot turn my door controls. Sorry, you're stuffed. That was a temporary aberration. It has been far too long since I had a decent fight after all. We shall have to do things the old-fashioned way, probably by not ploughing into entire multiple squads of Jem'Hadar at the same time. Would be an excellent start. There we go, that's a better start. Let's get on with this. It may not be a disrupt, but at least the traditional anti-proton rifle for high-level characters is worth it. Regroup and return fire, he says as he falls over and dies. Sitar system eating Jem'Hadar. Can't blame him, but really don't have time for this, so let's just get a move on. Snail snakes. Excellent. Right, let's get a move on. Why you didn't help yourself to it, I do not know. However, let's keep moving. Dum-dum-diddly-dum. More Jem'Hadar. Bring forth the plasma grenade. I have no idea what roast Jem'Hadar tastes like. I wonder if it's any good. Probably not. Insipid. Cloned. Yeah, there's no passion to the Jem'Hadar. And they die just as easily as Starfleet. Anyway, I'll let this continue. Yes, come on. Alright, how are we doing? Almost ready. Ha! Good. Alright, down into the docking base. With a bit of luck I can get transport from here. Okay, what have we got? Lots and lots of Jem'Hadar. Yeah, these things, they are no difficulty once you remember not to fight 3 groups at once. Okay. So Tars, if you ever get bored of life as a diplomat, I need a new security chief. Right. Lockboxes. Excellent, let's put a bit aboard the ship. Let's see if we can get some decent action in space after what was a reasonable warm-up on the ground. Oh yes, right. Straight into it. Great. 2076. 2075. Some new weapon, new attacks. They've got 2,790. We're next over there, I think. Impulse. Cut ready for a fast dump straight out of full impulse like so. 2,708. $787.
Ship is under attack.
2,786. Really? Those insipid, they're ground points, really. Good, it's right. 2,785. Another blast lockbox. And some self-stealing stem points. Terrific. I'm sure they would be so happy to have those on board, but that's 2,784. What next? You, I think. Nero says Finder. Pinder. I don't know, and I don't care either. $2,783. What was that? 2,781. Excellent. Right, so we've got the shuttle fleet out of the way. Terrific.
Captain Caroland, good to know that you and the delegates are safe. Jem'Hadar have stormed the station and we're losing critical areas. The Defiant has launched and I've evacuated everyone possible, but a few of us stayed to...
He couldn't stand her either. Excellent.
Someone, answer me. What's going on?
Captain, my name is Loris, and I represent the Dominion. This station, and all remaining souls on it, are now under our control.
Impressive slow motion running. Methinks the animation needs a slight tweak after a recent patch. Is there nothing more we can do? I do not believe that for an instant. You Federation types can flee. We will show you what the Borg face in the Klingon Empire. Flea circus. That's an appalling pun. Where is the Dominion fleet anyway? Did they all decide to turn around and go home? Did the mere stench of quarks scare them off? Or are they too unmanly to face even one Klingon raptor? Ah. Well, we have no choice. We must retreat to Bajor. You have been in contact with Command, have you? Well, I'm sure going behind my back will do wonders for your promotion chances. Stay away from Deck 5. I hear the airlocks there are temperamental. Unreliable. It would be a shame if there was an accident. Yeah, there's the Jem'Hadar fleet, hiding over by the wormhole until we left. Bah! They have. Wonderful. Yes, we defeated the Dominion. Once I seem to recall, it was the Klingons that got you back to Deep Space Nine, and the Klingons that broke the line at Cardassia. No doubt we will bail you out of the fire again. But in the meantime, let us have the spoils of war and rest in orbit of Bajor for a while. Ladies and gentlemen, captains of all races, even Starfleet, I will see you next time.